Hey besties, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well, taking care. And today we're gonna do a little tutorial for these simple macrame bracelets because Valentine's Day is this Monday, and if you're a little late on gift ideas and you want to give jewelry, especially to your best friend or your special someone, and you want it to match, this is the right video for you. Well, this is today's special guest, my dog. She's just chilling on bed. Anyways, do not forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. Now let's get on with the tutorial. These are the materials that you're going to need: a nylon cord, color of your choice, letter beads, a source of fire, a clip, and that's all you're gonna need. Now you're gonna cut 12 inches of cord. This is gonna be your main piece of cord for your letter beads. Remember to cut 2 pieces because this is gonna be a little matching set. This style of bracelet is relatively easy to make, so you should be able to get the hang of it super quick. It might take you around maybe 10 minutes to make it. Like, that's how much it kind of took me, but obviously this is all just speed up. Now it's time to add the beads, and sometimes it can be a little difficult because the end of the cord, sometimes it just doesn't want to go in the bead, so I just put a little glue on it to make it more firm, more steady. You can use whatever kind of glue that you have. I just used the Yoo-hoo or Oohoo glue. I don't know how you pronounce it, but I just use this glue. It's kind of my favorite. Now simply add your beads, add them in whichever order that you want. This is just a style idea. Just pass it through, and once you pass it through, you kind of want to look for the middle because you're gonna make a little loop and then pass the cord through to just make a basically really easy and simple tiny loop. On the first side, it's super easy to make it. The tricky part comes when you're gonna do it on the other side because you want it to be hold tight and not loose. This is what I'm gonna show you right here. So it might take you a few tries to get it right and get it done, but don't worry, just be patient with yourself. Basically, you can do is undo and redo the loop a couple of times until you have it where the beads are. Personally, it does take me a few tries until I can finally get it right because I wanna kind of get it right quickly, but just be very patient with this step because it can be a little tricky. But as you can see, I undid the knot and I kept pulling it close until I had it where the beads are. This is kind of how it's gonna look like. Now you can also repeat these steps for the second one before we go and make the adjustable part. So before we get on to the next step, you will need clips, some sort of clip. Some people use tape, but I personally use clips. It just holds it a little bit more steadier and it's much easier for me. Now you're gonna make the bracelet into a circular shape because the clip is gonna hold the 2 pieces of cord together, because now we're gonna get to the most important part, which is creating the square knots. Remember, we have a full tutorial on how to make square knot macrame bracelet, so make sure to check it out. So this is how the clips are going to be used, because on this very important step we're going to create that little adjustable part that makes it an adjustable bracelet, or kind of like a sliding knot bracelet. Now you're gonna need another piece of cord. It can be another color, but since the bracelets are red, I want to make them all red. Now you're gonna take that piece of cord that you just cut and you're gonna put it underneath first and kind of like try to divide it through the middle, because obviously you want both sides to be enough to create the knots. Now you're gonna take one of the sides of that cord and place it on the top. It's gonna look like kind of like a triangle shape or a circle shape like that, and now pass the other side under and pull both sides at the same time, and voila, that is how you make a square knot. Now you see that little bump right there? It's gonna basically guide you and let you know which side of the cord is gonna go on the top. That means that the other side goes through the bottom, just like I'm demonstrating right here. Just repeat the same steps over and over again until you have a simple section of square knots, just enough for this tiny bracelet, because this is not a full-on square knot bracelet. It's just a square knot is used to make these adjustable bracelets. So after making the square knot piece, it's gonna look kind of like this. This is a bracelet that I've made before, available in the shop. It has a dyed quartz, and that's how it looks, and basically that's how it's gonna function. After creating the square knot section, you're gonna cut off the excess on both sides. After cutting the excess, you're gonna take your source of fire because you're gonna melt down that piece of cord. I'm gonna do it with a candle because my lighter is empty, so right now I'm just gonna use a lavender candle. Big shout out to Val Viola Candles for this amazing candle. Go ahead, support her business. I love her candles. It smells amazing. I've been using it for a couple of months now. So this is kind of when things start to go wrong. I'm having trouble lighting up this candle and I didn't even know why was that happening. It took me so many tries until eventually I figure out that it was my fault because I forgot to turn off the fan. So basically the air of the fan was blowing out the candle. So I accidentally made a mess on my desk. I cleaned that afterwards. For a very long while, I kept trying to turn on the candle and I was baffled. I was today is not the day. I don't have patience for this. I was so disappointed. I really thought I was having one of those bad luck days, and I was very persistent with the candle because I was come on, this is not my first time turning on the candle. What the heck is actually going on here? And well, until I noticed that my fan was turned on, I could eventually turn it off and finally get the candle to light up. Look at how beautiful it looks. Okay, so be careful with this step where you get your bracelet close enough but not directly in the fire, or else it's just gonna literally melt off. Just do it like this. You see, I'm not really touching the fire. I'm just getting it close for a few seconds and it melts off super fast. Think of this step as kind of securing those knots, because obviously if you're gonna sell this or if you're gonna give this to someone, you don't want their bracelet to break. For extra precaution, you can just basically add a little bit of glue, but that's completely optional and up to you. Now you're just almost done. Now you just have to make another simple knot loop at the end because you don't want that part to come out. You don't want it to literally just slip off and the bracelet gets completely undone. And after making the loops on both of the bracelets, you're gonna cut it off, and you can either melt it off or leave it like that. I personally melted with the fire just because I want it to be really secure, and I want it to be the highest quality possible to ensure a long-lasting bracelet. And I'm not gonna lie, kind of melting it with the fire is so satisfying because you can see it literally just disappear. It's oddly satisfying to do it and look at. Here's the results. Look how beautiful this bracelet look. I really like them, and I hope you like them too. Another style you can make in case you don't like the letter beads idea, I just use regular beads of your choice. It's basically all the same steps. It's super easy and simple. This style is a little bit random from my part, but I really like it because the shade of yellow, it's super bright and beautiful. Just simply repeat the same steps all over again. Remember that you can be as creative as you want. You can add whatever you want to them. I'm just teaching you all the basic steps, and I hope this was very helpful. Well, this is the end of the video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you really liked it, and let me know in the comments if this tutorial was helpful, and if you like tutorials like this and you want more, make sure to give this video a like. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. I will see you all next week. Happy Valentine's Day if you're watching this on Valentine's Day. Bye!